He doesn't bloody care for your feelings or comfort. He gets rough too much. Even when you're not liking it, he doesn't care. This is because he doesn't care for your comfort as long as it pleasures him. Even after intervening about him getting too rough or too fast, he turns a deaf ear to you and keeps thrusting until he's done. But if you see these signs that he's sleeping with you but does not love you anymore, then you need to make the hard decision. Is that okay? In this episode of Juiciness, I will give you the signs to prove he's just having sex with you, but doesn't love you anymore. Now, if you want that, then help this video reach a wider audience by liking the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here or if you haven't subscribed yet. Now, let's get started, shall we? Now, I did a video recently making you understand that making love and having sex are two different experiences. But there are times when you realize that you're sleeping with someone who does not love you anymore. Fact still remains that over the course of a relationship, you get used to your partner's little sensitive body secrets, what turns him on, and how dedicated he is to your needs. And even though women also care about the pleasure of the flesh, having sex caters to the carnal pleasure, while making love, I believe, is two souls merging into one. And of course, I think that it was the case for you too. Even hardcore strafing felt like the universe exploding and almost like you and your man are becoming one in a cosmo-orgasmic blow. Now, things have changed. You could almost feel like something is missing. There is a missing puzzle, especially during sex, which invariably makes you ask if it's still possible for men to make love to a woman that he doesn't love or he no longer loves. Yes, they can, but they don't make love. They have sex with someone they don't love or no longer love. Even women are capable of that when they are into casual sex. And you know, the funny thing is that women can just tell when a man is only catering to their own needs and not theirs every day for months. And nothing about sex feels like lovemaking anymore. Yes, we can. Of course we can. And if we don't speak out, we shut down and become irrational with you, most especially in a long-term relationship, because the signs are always there. The signs he doesn't love you anymore are always there. You will feel and see the changes no matter how much he tries to hide it. So here are 7 signs you are sleeping with someone who doesn't love you anymore. And that's on period. Number 1, no eye contact. Now, this is number 1 sign, baby. The eyes never lie. And that's when Mary had a little lamb, period. Listen to me when I say that eye contact can turn a game around. You can read the fiery passion in the eyes. You can spot anger in the eyes. For eyes do not lie. So if your partner is more inclined to doing doggy style on you or positions that do not need any eye contact, chances are he is no more madly in love with you. These are the signs that he doesn't love you anymore. Now, there are positions where the pleasure is maximum and he might be inclined to try that over and over again, but repeatedly opting for positions that do not include eye contact of any sort is a sign. For example, assuming that you are in a plain old missionary position or a cowgirl position, and you notice that it seems like he's deliberately losing himself in his own world without including you in it anymore, or he's closing his eyes, lost in his world. Even when he makes eye contact with you for a second, he takes it away and redirects it into another spot or part of the room or in another direction in the room. Watch out, sis. He may be thinking of another woman that he's crushing on. Number 2, he has 0 intentions of getting you off, unlike before when he used to eat you up and nice. But now, brother man does not please you down there anymore. He's no longer putting in the time and effort to lick that plate, sis. Even after you laboriously spit on the mic. In fact, your powerhouse being a center spot of pleasure remains unfavorably alone, untouched and uncharged. It just stays there like a sad old little weenie, left to rot in the cold, begging for attention. You notice that this man just gyrates against you to get you wet enough, just a little bit wet enough. He dares to play with your boobies and then he kisses you to prepare you just enough to penetrate. But that's solely to cater to his needs rather than yours. He's all about reaching a peak and he does not bother if you have reached the climax at all. This means that he's making love to someone he doesn't love anymore. That's what we call the Olosho treatment in Nigeria. In English, it means that prostitute treatment. Number 3, you will start noticing that he becomes really specific about positions. He calls the shot about the positions. He chooses the one which are easier for him to climax. You might have noticed how earlier you could make that call about positions, but it seems to you right now that that choice is no longer there. It is his way or the highway. And that's because the goal is not to make you connect through your desires. He doesn't want you to do the beating in bed because he doesn't see you like that. He doesn't hold you in his heart like that. All he wants is to get laid, release, and move on to the next activity. God save you, woman, that this man is not your husband because you will be used and abused. Number 4, during sex, there is not much foreplay involved, except he's particular about how he needs to be treated. He doesn't pay attention to your anatomy, but he sure cares about how you use your hands and tongue when you give him a hand. Yet he doesn't give time to foreplay. 1, 2, 3, he has dipped his stick inside your honey well, whether you're wet or not. Now listen, my darlings, listen, my ladies in the house, listen. The lack of consideration is a big sign that all he cares about is how he gets to his climax and not how you get to your climax. Foreplay runs really short for you. Before there was a need to claim your body, but now he only cares about his own. And after reaching his goals, he collapses on the bed or rolls over and snores. No gist, no pillow talk, just cricket silence. My sister, if he is not your husband, please run and never come back. Number 5, always watch out for his after sex reaction because it is a sign to prove that he still loves you or he doesn't love you anymore. Normally after sex, he gets off, kisses you goodnight and, just goes off to sleep, or he even cuddles. Maybe later he turns the other way so that he could sleep comfortably. But now there is no, are you good? Was he good? No cuddles. Who does that? So the agenda all along was just to fulfill his urges, and you did. And now he doesn't bother to know if you enjoyed it or not. You can imagine. Cuddling is out of the question because the emotional connection does not exist anymore. Now, if a man does not cuddle you after sex, just know that it doesn't run deep for him like that for you. In fact, that cuddling is truth because you can't straff and not cuddle right after sex. That's some emotional connection with someone that you don't toy with. If you love someone after straffing, you cuddle. And that's on period. Number 6, you feel like you are on a loop. And this is what I mean. Like every time you have sex, you want him to just finish already. Before now, you're making love, you enjoy it, you live for it, and you do not want it to end. But this is not love, it is lust. But lately, every time you get crazy between the sheets, you just wait for him to get off and finish because you can almost sense some level of insecurity in that sex with him. But if you were making love, you would not feel this way because making love is everything deep and connectively sensual, very wholesome and emotionally engaging. And this spoils up security and love and you want it to go on and on. But he's not there anymore. And because of that, you just want it to end quickly and sharply because of how it makes you feel insecure. 7, and lastly, your comfort comes second. He doesn't bloody care for your feelings or comfort. He gets rough too much. Even when you're not liking it, he doesn't care. This is because he doesn't care for your comfort as long as it pleasures him. Even after intervening about him getting too rough or too fast, he turns a deaf ear to you and keeps thrusting and thrusting and thrusting until he's done. And you're left feeling like a victim. All right? Nah, sis. We're never going to let him do it again. Never let him get in again. I don't care if he's your husband. Let him go see a therapist. He's going bonkers. Because that's not how a person who loves you should make you feel in bed. So if you see these signs that he's sleeping with you but does not love you anymore, then you need to make the hard decision Is that okay? All right, that's it. That's where we end. See you on my next episode tomorrow. Kiss, kiss. Mwah.